What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today on Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at $76, down about 1% on the day. And what I want to do here is take a look at Litecoin from the 1 month time frame into the 1 day time frame. So we're going to step back. We're going to get a big picture view of what's going on with Litecoin. And first of all, guys, if you want me to continue to cover Litecoin, just put it down in the comments section, right? LTC, just anything down there to let me know that you want me to continue to do these updates for you on Litecoin about once a month. And when we're doing these, what we always have to pay attention to is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's still trading below its 200-day moving average, its 200-week moving average, and its 50-month moving average. So there could still be a lot of overhead pressure for Bitcoin. So when things are looking good for Litecoin, guys, you still have to keep in the back of your head, if you're trading Litecoin, that if Bitcoin dumps, it's most likely going to bring Litecoin down with it, regardless of the setup that Litecoin has. So for right now, we're going to look at LTC, USD, but just remember, anything can change at any time. Because of Bitcoin right now, it's still showing weakness. So we got to keep that in the back of our mind. But it's nice to see Litecoin leading the market, and the fact that it's been holding up around $76, showing some strength there. So let's get into this. So guys, on the monthly time frame, the main thing that I want you to pay attention to is volume and also how candles close. And what you can see in November here, we had a really nice candle close for Litecoin. We started the month at about $47, and we ended up closing the month at roughly $80. So that's a really nice strong move. It came on above average volume. We haven't seen this high of volume roughly since about November 1st, and that was 2021, and that's when we had that big blow off top there. So it's nice to see that volume coming back into Litecoin, and the fact we were also able to hold around $40. $40 has been very strong support for Litecoin. It has not broken in quite a while, so it's really nice to see that defended. But you can see we've had a nice strong candle here, closed near the high, so that's really good for us, and we got all the way up to about $85. Now, if Bitcoin were to get going, guys, I believe that Litecoin, on the daily time frame, we'd get a nice little retracement, then most likely we'd try for another leg higher, but I'm just not convinced yet with Bitcoin. So say Bitcoin got going on the monthly time frame here, what we would want to see broken is $85. If we were able to get over top of $85, the next major resistance area I'd look at is 107, then it'd be 149, and then the 180. And those resistances, they're going off main support and resistance areas from the past, and it's also going off the VRVP that I use. So stepping now into the 1 week time frame and taking a look at this. If we step back, guys, now I want to start using some indicators as well. So on the weekly time frame, MACD is still to the positive here. We have not had a downside cross. So you can see that's still positive. No problem there. VWAP is going to be at a positive 11.14, and money flow is going to be a negative 6.71. So for the most part, guys, this isn't looking too bad. You can see we ended up going down to around, $41, and that was back on June 13th, 2022, and then we hit it again in November, and we held that as support, and then from there we've just had a really nice move to the upside. So, it's nice to see Litecoin doing this, but we're still having that issue of Bitcoin. If we turn on our moving averages, on the weekly time frame, still trading below our 50-week moving average and our 200-week moving average, which could potentially act as overhead resistance for us as well, and that's going to be at $81 and $100. If we get into the 1 day time frame, 1 day time frame, we have had a golden cross for Litecoin. That is our 50 moving average crossing up above our 200. That has not happened in quite a long time, guys. I mean, you can see all the way back in this area here when it happened, and that was November 11th, 2021. So it's not happened for a long time. We had our death cross here, which worked out really well to the downside. What you can see now, if we zoom in here, guys, just to give you an example. So price on the 1 day, and why I think we still could pull back into some deeper areas, maybe potentially around that $62 or so, is the fact that we've tried to get over top of this $80 to $85 twice now. We pushed all the way up to about $83.32. We fought sideways for almost 2 weeks, and then we tried to push again. You can see that big push, and we saw another round of rejections. So we really have these long, they'd almost call it a horn top, guys, if you study the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. They're typically about a week apart, but when you have these big long spikes to the top, these tweezer tops that are separated by a week or more, sometimes they're called horn tops. You can kind of see how it looks like horns here, but the bulls tried again to get up over that area, and we failed. So now we need to hold a higher low, and then they'd have to try again, which is going to take a lot of buying pressure, and you can see some sell pressure has been coming in here. So I wouldn't be too shocked if we did have a retracement, If we go from our low up to the high here, a typical area is that 0.618, which would put us right back around that $62. Above that is the 0.5. That'd be around $66. And then if we were really strong, we could hold that 0.382. That would be at about $70. If we step back and we take a look at our indicators now. And also, guys, if we could get to 100 likes, that'd really help the channel out. It would be appreciated. Try to do the best that I can for you on here. Because remember, none of us have a crystal ball, guys. All we can do is look at the price action, and it's a probabilities game. It's the best thing that you can do. So on the one-day time frame, we're going to have a negative 11.21, and that's going to be on the VWAP. Money flow is going to be a positive 2.21. If we take a look at our MACD here, we have had a cross to the downside. So we got to keep an eye on that, because whenever you get across to the downside, you've also had, you know, these red dots up here that are giving you a little bit of a warning. We have these horn tops up here, which are also giving us a warning. I wouldn't be surprised to see Litecoin pull back into some lower areas, maybe around that 62 if things get extreme, around that $52. And those are the downside targets. Upside target, we got to break over top of 85, and then that could potentially lead up to around $100, $107 or so. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but always watch Bitcoin, guys. Keep an eye on that LTC, BTC chart as well. Hope you get some from this. God bless you all and take care.